Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the back seat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with me this evening, Monday, November 14th, 2022. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to make you a successful currency day trader. And when we succeed at that, we will advance you on the path to financial independence and give you more leisure time to do things that you like to do, so that life isn't quite as much of a grind. And we do that by teaching you how to trade with our proprietary trading indicators, which are very, very accurate. And we teach you using personalized one-on-one training, which we think is really the only way to, or not the only way, but the most efficient and effective way to learn currency trading. So you're working with somebody who knows what they're doing, who can communicate what they're doing to you and get you to a spot where you can do it too. So with that, let us get going. We was going to start by listening to this guy. So let's do that.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about the program is that we do these live trades, where at a certain time we've got a trader come online who is experienced, and they walk you through their process of evaluating what's a good trade and what's not a good trade. And by watching them do it, you get better at it. And we've got a dozen different signals. And when we train you, we develop a trade plan around your kind of risk profile and how you like to do things. For example, what the way I trade is a little bit different than the way that my wife trades and my son trade. On these live trades, when you're a regular member, we do one in the morning at 10 a.m. That tends to be a little scalp trade. We've got one going on right now at 6 p.m. And here they are doing a long-term trade of 20 to 30 pips. And then a little later tonight, we're going to do another one where we're trading Australian pairs because it is morning time in Australia. So lots of opportunities to trade, to get instruction, and improve your skill. And then again, it's about constant training. We have a training session every Wednesday evening, and then another one every Saturday morning. So there's always questions, always opportunities to ask questions, get feedback, get continuous instruction. And it's that instruction and training that will make you succeed. So with that, I trade off of a little checklist. And That checklist is right here. And it's kind of like a pilot's checklist. It just helps me stay focused to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Every day it is a good exercise to turn your green charts on and off, disconnect and reconnect to clear the memory so that it operates efficiently. At the end of every day, even though we're not at the end of the day, at the end of every day, it is good habit to review the trades that you made that day, and if a trade didn't win, to go back and take a look and review why it didn't win. And it is through that review we get we're getting a little bit better each time because we're cleaning up our mistakes as we become more aware of them. We are technical traders, and we're trading based on the price action, and our indicators are the best I've seen at being able to tell me the direction the market is moving in, and knowing the direction the market's moving in, I can make money. However, there are other factors that impact a currency, the price of a currency pair, and there's news. So we want to know what that news is so we can trade around it. And the best place I've seen to get that news is forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com, and they break news down into kind of three categories. Yellow is low impact, orange is medium impact, and red is high impact. And it's these high impact items I want to know about so that I can trade around them. And right now, we have a high impact item with the Australian dollar going to be announced at 7:30. So I usually like to be out of a trade, not carrying a pair 2 hours before that. And we are less than an hour before this. So we're not going to trade the Australian dollar today because of that. And then the next item is tomorrow morning. Well, actually 2 a.m. in the morning. So that's 5.5 hours from us. Any trade that we might take on the pound should be done by then. So we should be okay. We don't need to worry about this quite yet, but we do need to worry about the Australian dollar. So with that, let us get into it. And the signal I am going to use today is something called the 10-point trade signal. We are going to do it off of a 1 hour chart. You can use this signal off of any hour chart, but based on my trade plan, I like to get in and get out, and I can do that off of this signal on this chart. And I like to be 30 minutes into the chart, which allows time for the indicators to set up, so they've got some data behind them, so that I can kind of make an informed decision. A trade off of a 1 hour chart is going to be worth somewhere between 5 and 35 pips. My sweet spot tends to be 10, 11 pips is what I'm looking to get out of a trade. And if I can do that 3 times a day, I will be doing very well for myself. I am looking again to get in and out in 1 to 3 hours. And this 1 hour chart allows me to do that. And the way this trade works is I'm trying to basically get all the lines to line up a certain way, and I count them. And if I get 7 out of 10, I've got a good trade. So with that, let's get going. This chart I am trading off of is the light 6 major. It's one of the standard charts. I like to call it a composite chart because it is showing me 6 different currency pairs, all on a 1 hour candle. This first chart is all primarily U.S.-based pairs. U.S.-based pairs. If you had taken tonight's trade setup, it closed very quickly. It's already closed right after it closed shortly after 6. So that trade has successfully completed itself. So we're going to see what else we can find here. I start with the middle section of the chart, which is the majors and minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray is the minor indicator. This horizontal red line is the oversold line. Horizontal blue line is the overbought line. And basically what I'm looking for is a situation where the lines are either below the red line, where the market's oversold, but the indicators are going up, or the lines are above the blue line and coming down. And you can see right here, we were above the blue line. The lines turned, they're coming down. And had I seen this signal, we could have, rode it down the channel. And this was worth, right? Only 19 pips. Yeah. So this was worth 19 pips. So if I catch it up here and ride it down here, that's a good trade for me. I got in and got out quickly in this case, within an hour. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to recreate this, to find this. So right now we're oversold and the lines are going down. So nothing there. Euro USD oversold. Majors are going up, minors are going down. I want everybody going in the same direction. And the idea is if I can get all the lines from all 3 sections basically going the same direction, I've got a good trade because each of these sections are measuring something different. So here we don't have the setup yet. Pound USD. Oversold, minors are sideways and majors are sideways, so nothing there. US dollar, Canadian dollar, overbought. Minors are starting to come down. Majors are still going up, and we've got a Donald Duck here. Here's his bill. Here's his head. When I see this tells me there's probably a little bit more up in the movement. Now, can I get 10 pips when I'm overbought and the lines are going up? Yes, I can. But again, it's not part of my trade plan. My trade plan is I want to get in and get out quickly, and I want to just make 2 or 3 hits, and I'm good. And I have a higher probability of doing that if I can catch the lines up here going down or the lines down here going up. There are opportunities to get 10 pips when I'm overbought and taking a buy, but that's just not part of my trade strategy. USD Swiss franc. We are overbought. Minors are coming down. Majors are kind of coming down. But there are 3 things that I'm looking for. 1, they're overbought, so we've got that. 2, everybody's kind of going down. We've got that. But the third thing, I want the red line to have been crossed over the green and the black line to have crossed over the gray. So we clearly have the black line over the gray, but I don't quite have the red line. It might be just peeking out there a little bit, but it's not quite good enough for me. I want to see the red line, and I quite don't see it. So I'm going to pass on this just because of this. But if I were to kind of continue my analysis, if this was a good signal, I would look at, actually, the other reason we're not going to continue with this is we can stop it right here, is I want to have at least one of the 2 pairs being active trading. So it's daytime where one of these are. Swiss franc is 7 hours difference from us, so it is 2 in the morning, and we're at the end of our day. So the indicators work better when one of the markets are active. And again, when one of the markets are active, my move is going to happen faster. I want to get in and get out, ideally within an hour. Or so here I've got to wait for a long time. And like my only exception to that is that overnight trade that I send out. But I am taking that off of a day chart, not an hour chart. So I'm expecting that it's not going to close till 2 or 3 in the morning. Today was a little different. It closed quickly, but off of the 1 hour chart, I want to be able to get in and out quickly. And I'm not going to do that if both of these are evening time. USD yen, it is approaching morning time in Japan, so it's okay to trade the yen now. But we are just reaching overbought. Minors are starting to turn. Majors are still going up, though, so we don't have agreement. So what I've done is I've cloned this chart. Now I've got some non-US pairs here. And we will just keep doing our thing. Here we've got disagreement. Minors are going down. Majors are sideways. So we're going to pass. Australian dollar yen. We were going to stay away from the Australian dollar. We theoretically here, we've got the setup. We were oversold. Everybody's going up. And I've got the double cross where the green is crossed over and the gray is crossed over. We're a little less than halfway. And when I say a little less than halfway, I'm talking about the major indicator. I don't mind that the minor indicator is almost kind of run through the channel. But what I don't like here is we've got this kink in the line. And the kink in the line, we're going from more steep to less steep. I want it to be the other way. I want it to go from less steep to more steep. So this kink in the line bothers me. When I look, if I were to continue my analysis, but again, we're not going to trade because we're within an hour of that news event. I've got the 2 orange lines going up, which are telling me buy, and the dotted blue is coming down. The dotted blue is inverted. So when blue's coming down, that means buy. So 3 of the 4 here are telling me buy. But when I look at my pressure, the third piece of it, I want the lines either going up or I want the green line on top. So I've got weak down pressure. What makes it weak is the closer the lines are together, the stronger the signal, and the steeper the lines, the stronger the signal. So here we're almost sideways. So it's weak down pressure, but I don't have a point on the pressure here. So I'm going to, again, pass. Euro Canadian dollar. I don't have, I've got disagreement between the majors and the minors. Minors are going up. Majors are sideways. AUD NZD. All right, this is a little bit more interesting. All right, so we just reached overbought. Everybody's coming down, and I got the double cross. The black's over the gray and the red's over the green. And we're just shy of halfway, and I measure the halfway by what the green line is doing. So we're just touching halfway, so that's okay for me. But here, we're going from less steep to more steep. So I like the steepness of the green line. So 3 points here, 2 orange lines coming down, and the thick blue is going up. So 3 of the 4 here. The dotted blue may be going up or maybe sideways, but at least we've got 3 out of 4 here. And I've got, again, the pressure is not our friend here. Pressure is weak up. Oops, can you, hold on just a second. This is my son calling. So hold on a second. Howdy, what's up? Hi.
Hi, Subway has a buy one, get one 50% off.
No, thank you. But thank you for thinking of me. Okay, bye. He's 16 years old, and he usually doesn't call me. But so usually when he does call, it's something important. But today he was kind enough. He said, "Hey, I'm getting a sub. You want one?" And I don't. But that was very kind of him to think about me. The missus has been traveling, so we're on our own. So being on our own means we eat out mostly. All right, so let's get back here and take a look at this. So we've got very weak up pressure with the green line on top. To take this, I'd want to have the red line on top. The green line is horizontal. Sometimes I will think about this if the green line is pointing down, but it is horizontal. And one of the things I have learned is I don't try to anticipate what the indicators are going to do. I let them just tell me what they're at, and I take them at face value. I don't try to. I'd rather get in a little bit late and get a few less pips and be right than try to get in early and gain those extra couple pips, because getting in early and being wrong ends up costing me a lot more. Pound yen, overbought. Everybody's going up, but what's our problem here? I don't like this kink. We're going from more steep to less steep. We've actually got all 4 points here. 2 orange lines going up, thick blue coming down, dotted blue going down. Ooh. We do have the green line on top here, and it is going sideways. So we actually have 8 points here. I'm not crazy about this, though, going from more steep to less steep. So we do have the points for the signal. When we do have the points for the signal, the next step would be to confirm the setup. And I confirm the setup on the 2 and the 4 hour chart. So let's take a look at the 2 and 4 hour chart if it makes me any happier than what I'm seeing here. But this kink in the line bothers me. So I am going to go, instead of a composite chart, I am going to look at a chart that just shows me the pound yen at different with different time intervals on it. So Great Britain pound, JPY. And what I'm looking for is what the 2 hour and 4 hour are doing. Ideally, I want both the 2 and the 4 hour to be oversold. They don't have to be going up like they are here, but I want them oversold. So this is makes it a little bit better that they're going up, but they don't have to be. Because what I'm worried about is if this signal weakens, which it kind of already is, because we've got this kink on the line, that will eventually get the trade. But it'll just take longer. So rather than taking 1 to 3 hours, it might take 2 to 6 hours. So if we're oversold on the 2 and the 4 hour, if this weakens for some chance or for some reason, I'll pick it up off of the 2 or the 4 hour chart. But here, between the 4 hour, the 2 hour chart's telling me buy, the 4 hour chart's telling me sell. It's starting to turn, but it's still we're overbought going down versus oversold going up. So these two don't agree. And since these two don't agree, I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass on this. If these lines were down here where the minors were, if the majors were down here where the minors were, they don't need to be going up, but I want them down here so that eventually they'll be going up. So I'm going to pass on this. So let's keep going. Euro Australian dollar. We are going to stay away from this because of the news event coming up. Other reason I don't like it is because we're more than the halfway point through the on the major. So let's go to our next group. So we've just got more pairs. We will keep going. Canadian dollar, yen. We're a little bit more than halfway. This is not a bad signal, though. 3 points here, 3 points here. The orange line's going up, 2 blue lines going down. And we've got weak down pressure with green on top. So we have 7 points. But I don't like that. I'll tell you what. Let's take a look. We've got the kink in the line here, and we're a little bit more than halfway. But let's take a look, see what the 2 hour and 4 hour are doing. So Canadian dollar, yen. So this is what we were just looking at. The 2 hour is oversold. Minors are going up, majors are sideways. I'm okay with this. And the 4 hour, minors are oversold, starting to turn. Majors are just touching the oversold. So this is okay. This is all right. I'm okay with this. The other thing, just as an aside, I normally don't consider the 1 day chart, but the green line, we are oversold here, and the green line does have an upslope. So this is telling me that eventually we're going to be going up. So I kind of like this. Let's take a look at a full chart. So once we see, oops, come on. Once it's confirmed, I need to figure out what the trade is worth. And to do that, let's save this. And I'm going to just get a clean chart. What is it? Was it JPY? Oh, now I forget. Did we not save it? What happened? What happened? We're going to run out of time. CAD. CAD, JPY, buy. CAD, JPY. All right. And let's take a look at the clean CAD, JPY. So we're approaching warning in Japan. So I want to know where the support and resistance are. So to find the support and resistance, I'm going to scrunch up the chart. Support and resistance are spots where the lines seem to naturally stop. The candles seem to naturally stop. So I'm going to draw them in. So it seemed to stop in here, over here, over here, over here. Let's put one above it. on a 1 hour chart on the Euro USD, it's about 30, 40 pips between these lines. So like right in here, it stopped right in here, over here, in here, in here. Let's take a look. I'm going to open it back up so we can see it a little bit better. I want to know what the trend is. So basically, it looks like we have been trading into a downtrend. Maybe it came up a little bit, but you can argue that this is down. Maybe this isn't quite enough for me to say that it's changed. So we're taking a buy trade, and these support and resistance lines are going to be the constraints of what I'm going to use to take my take profit. So I want to know how much room I have between those lines. So here I've got 17 pips up. All right, 17 pips up and 17 pips down. Well, this one's a little bit off. Let's try it again. 18 pips. So if we were to take a buy, we're trading against the trend. So I want to take less. I want to take less pips. So this is what takes a little bit of finesse. So now it's pushing down a little bit. So how much do we get to here? 7 pips. 7 pips. Let's go back and take one more look if I like it enough. All right, so the kink has worsened here. We're going sideways here. This is still going to push. This is still pushing down a little bit. Do I think it's going to go up eventually? I do, but not within the next 1 to 3 hours. And because it's not going to go up within the next 1 to 3 hours, it's outside of my trade plan. I'm not going to take it. But I do think there's an up move here. And maybe that up move is when it breaks this line, when this eventually gets above here and stays above here, it's probably worth 15 pips. But we're not going to take that because it's outside of our trade plan. So gang, we have we didn't evaluate all 24. We evaluated 18 pairs and did not come up with a trade tonight. We will do it again tomorrow morning at 6:30, and hopefully I'll be a little faster at it than I was tonight, where we get to see through it, because I do have another signal to use, but we've missed the window for using that signal. The signal is good right at the top of the hour, and now we're in a new hour, so we don't have it. Thank you for joining me. I am honored that you are willing to invest some time in working with me. We can make you a very, very good trader tools work. That's one of the reasons I don't hesitate to be able to come on here every 3 times a week and show you that they work and send out trade setups every evening, Monday through Thursday. There will probably be no trade setup tomorrow night. I am going to Atlanta tomorrow after our morning session, and won't be back till Wednesday afternoon. So tomorrow I probably will not be sending out a trade setup. Again, thanks for joining me. We are here to help. If you want to speak to me directly, please schedule some time at forexsmarttrade.com, forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. I will not be available Tuesday or Wednesday, but on Thursday again, I'll be able to take calls. All right. Thanks so much. And we will see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.